Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to my cimnanya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. I came across this video and I was like, I am definitely sharing this video because this is really something Black people go through all the time. Passive aggression, microaggression, and all that, you know? And it was actually a Black man having a conversation with a pump-colored woman, and he was expressing what goes, like, you know, how we feel and what is going on in Black community, other communities, and all that. You can hear his like, you know, the emotions from his voice, his anger, and, like, you know, trying to pass a message across. And after everything he was able to say, and the woman asked him anything else, and if that is not passive aggression, I don't know, like, you know, when they tend to act like they are trying to, like, you know, find out more, but they are really being rude to you about it. And I keep saying this, the reality is that our pump color people really do not care a whole lot about us, because at first they really do not see us as human man, right? So how do you expect them to care about us, our feelings, and all that? And the second part is also saying that, you know, when a Black woman tries to explain herself or tries to express herself, she is tagged angry. I mean, this is not something new. I see a lot of them, like, you know, when a Black woman wants to express herself or, like, you know, speak up for herself, she is called angry. Let's get into this video.
In the spirit of amplifying my brothers and sisters' voices, watch this video. And if you've already seen it, watch it again. This message from Eddie Glaude is one that I stand firmly behind, and it is what fuels my work every day.
You know, America's not unique in its sins as a country. We're not unique in our evils, to be honest with you. I think where we may be singular is our refusal to acknowledge them. And the legends and myths we tell about our inherent, you know, goodness to hide and cover and conceal so that we can maintain a kind of willful ignorance that protects our innocence. See, the thing is that when the Tea Party was happening, we were saying, pundits, oh, it's just about economic populism. It's not about race. When people knew, social scientists were already writing that what was driving the Tea Party were anxieties about demographic shifts, that the country was changing, that they were seeing these racially ambiguous babies on Cheerios commercials, that the country wasn't quite feeling like it was a white nation anymore. And people were screaming from the top of their lungs, yo, this is not just simply economic populism. This is the ugly underbelly of the country. See, the thing is this, and I'll say this and I'll take the hit on it. There are communities that have had to bear the brunt of America confronting, white Americans confronting the danger of their innocence. And it happens every generation. So somehow we have to kind of, oh my God, is this who we are? And just again, here's another generation of babies. Think about it, that 2-year-old had his bones broken by 2 parents trying to shield him from being killed. A woman who has been married to this man for as long as I've been on the planet almost, lost her husband. For what? And so what we know is that the country has been playing politics for a long time on this hatred. We know this. So it's easy for us to place it all on Donald Trump's shoulders. It's easy for us to place Pittsburgh on his shoulders. It's easy for me to place Charlottesville on his shoulders. It's easy for us to place El Paso on his shoulders. This is us. And if we're going to get past this, we can't blame it on him. He's a manifestation of the ugliness that's in us. I've had the privilege of growing up in a tradition that didn't believe in the myths and the legends because we had to bear the brunt of them. Either we're going to change, Nicole, or we're going to do this again and again, and babies are going to have to grow up without mothers and fathers, uncles and aunts, friends, while we're trying to convince white folk to finally leave behind a history that will maybe, or embrace a history that might set them free from being white. Finally.
What else?
Lord help us.
Oye, mira, my name is Christian Ortiz, the developer of Justice AI, the world's first ethical AI to identify and deconstruct bias across the board. In doing my best to not speak in absolutes, I can say this. White people, most of them, only think about racism when it becomes a headline, not understanding that for most BIPOC individuals, it's something that we have to deal with every single day. We have to learn how to navigate around it, plan for it, think about it, and how it impacts us and our family members and loved ones every day. Because this happens, there is a duality within racism that we don't talk about enough. For white people, most white people unintentionally perpetuate white supremacy, and when they're called out on it, they act surprised, because the majority of them are. And for people of color, who are on the receiving end of microaggressions and racism or discriminatory practices, we sometimes don't know how to dissect them or really understand what's really at play. It feels racist. We know it's racist, but we don't really know why it's racist. And because of these realities, what gets activated within our fragility as white people versus what gets activated within BIPOC individuals can fall anywhere in an emotional scale, which ultimately prevents us from having constructive conversations. I wanted to do a test within Justice AI to address something that happens way too often. White people who perpetuate the angry black woman trope. Let's take a look. Yesterday, I told my black coworker that she is so direct when she speaks to me, and I don't understand why. She always sounds so angry when she's talking to me. And then she got super mad at me and walked away. What did I do wrong?
When you described your black coworker as being so direct and always sounding so angry when speaking to you, several issues might have contributed to her strong reaction. 1. Stereotyping. The description of your coworker as angry taps into a harmful stereotype often labeled against black women, commonly known as the angry black woman stereotype. 2. Invalidation. Your comments might have felt invalidating to her. By focusing on her delivery rather than engaging with the substance of what she was saying, the implication could be that her feelings or perspectives were not valid or worth understanding. 3. Lack of understanding. Expressing confusion about why she communicates directly could be interpreted as a lack of effort to understand or appreciate different communication styles, which are often influenced by cultural backgrounds and personal experiences. In diverse workplaces, appreciating and adapting to varying styles of communication is crucial. 4. Communication and perception. It's important to consider how perceptions of tone and intent can be influenced by our biases. What you interpreted as anger might not have been her intention or emotional state at all. This misinterpretation could reflect an unconscious bias in how you perceive her communication. Reflecting on these points can be helpful in understanding why your coworker reacted the way she did. Moving forward, focusing on what is being said rather than how it's being said, questioning your own perceptions and biases, and approaching such conversations with openness and a willingness to understand can lead to more productive and respectful interactions.
So this is all I got from this, and all I can say is that let me start from the first woman that spoke, because she was like anything else, and that is passive aggression. I mean, somebody's pouring you out what they are going through and all that, and all you could say is anything else. I mean, these people really are something else, sincerely speaking. And the fact that some certain things are not affecting them, I mean, a whole lot of things are not affecting them. And for that reason, sometimes they really do not care. And you don't get to feel that sympathy or like, that humanity aspect of them. You don't get to see it. I mean, with everything the man said, you could hear him, the emotions and everything running through. And all she could ask was anything else. I mean, that is really very disgusting. And then let's get into this microaggression and all that. I don't know why they keep saying that black women or black people are direct and all that, like always. And it's always them. It's always them coming out to say that a white person is confused on how why. I mean, he made a black woman angry. and they don't understand. They'll see the microaggression, the whole perception of the angry black woman and all that. And it's just like I have seen a lot of them, like, when a black woman changes her hair and they come out like, with different kind of, I don't know, but I have really seen videos of them, like, saying some certain things about black women's hair, wanting to touch your hair. Each time you change your hair, they come out asking you, why do you have different kinds of, like, some microaggression kind of thing and all that. And that really sucks. So when I don't know why they always feel like we are not supposed to speak when there is need for it, because most time when black women try to express themselves, they target angry. They feel like you are, I don't know why they feel like that, but then I also understand that they are always scared for their lives and all that. So whenever you have an opinion or you have something that is bothering you, or you are speaking up for yourself, or you're standing up for yourself, they actually target angry. So I don't think there is anything new about that. It's not something new. I have heard that all the time. When you speak up, or just like the same tune that you laugh with them and all that, when you laugh out loud, and when you speak up, they just go into one kind of mood and call you angry, or say that you are speaking to them in a rude manner, or being, they always have names for it and all that. And sincerely speaking, I really do not care. The way I speak when I laugh also is also the way I speak when I am not laughing, So yeah, you get the point straight, I ain't here to mess around. I ain't here to joke around and the rest of it. So yeah, they are allowed to express themselves, but we are not allowed to express ourselves. What a life. It's kind of crazy. That's all I got to say. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. I see you all in my next video. Bye for now.